going on, everyone? This is Fighting Words with Kevin Shelz. I'm Shelz.
Kev, 8 Count Sports. 8 Count Sports. What's going on, bro?
Man, he just witnessed 2 historic moments.
3.
From Lucy Stewart. 3. You got 3?
Yeah.
2. You told me 4.
The third moment is the decimation of the BMF discussion. I'm done after today.
No.
I'm done. I'm done. You can keep going.
Kev.
Yo, it's decimated, bro. It's decimated. But
let's say the clip before I wipe you off the map.
Yo.
First historic moment. First time Max Holloway has ever been knocked out.
Yo.
That's the first historic moment. Second historic moment. First time Rob Whittaker has ever been submitted.
Yeah.
So, but let's start with Max Holloway and Lila Topuria, and then go into this BMF situation that
we going into. I'm gonna wrap it up within the first topic. That's what was your thoughts on the fights? Oh, you gonna ask me?
No, I'll go.
Yeah. What was your thoughts on the fight?
Like I said, the first historic moment I mentioned was this is the first time Max Holloway was put on his back. It's so funny when I was watching the fight. I'm thinking to myself, this man Topuria calls himself the Matador, which everybody familiar with the bullfighting sport. The Matador is the one who entices the bull to come towards him. Mm-hmm. To me, he was beating the bull the whole time. He was the actual bull in that fight. Only one time he tried to be the Matadors when the fight first started. He tried to get Max Holloway to be in the center of the ring right then and there. And I believe that if Max had took his bait, he would have fulfilled Topuria's prophecy of being knocked out in the first round. So Max bought himself 2 rounds by allowing the fight to go on and not, going to the center of the ring with Topuria. But throughout the rest of the fight, I gotta give, and it was a good fight back and forth because you saw the agility of Max Holloway and his ability to get out of tight spots. But Topuria was the bull for real, bro. And to me, it just felt like it was a matter of time. 'Cause I remember during our last show, you predicted 3rd round, which you was on point with that one. And I said 4th round KO. We both said KO, but you said 3rd, I said 4th. I try to give Max the respect about saying that he'll at least make it to the championship rounds, but Topuria is like, it's like what you be saying that sometimes these great fighters, when they peak, the new generation comes up and just catches up to them, and that's it. And I think that's what we witnessed. Like, this is the passing of the guard. This is the new generation. And to me, and we'll probably go on to it later on, to me, this makes me less excited for the rematch between Topuria and Alex Volkanovski. But before we get into that, what do you think? What do you think about how the fight went down?
I think it was a great fight. In response to what you just said, I think the new generation. I just think Topuria is special. I don't think Lopez and everybody else will be able to do this to Volk and Max and all that. I just think this kid is special. This kid came up 15-0, knockout 16-0 now. What I wanted to get into in regards to the fight was what we talked about prior, and this is me pretty much ending this whole BMF thing right now. We discussed this. They're saying basically Max Holloway is the BMF. Max Holloway's resume is BMF, bro. It's BMF. He beat Conor, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Aldo without taking a step back. I mean, not beat them, he took them on without taking a step back. Nobody clowned him. He looked bad in no fight. And those are the killers. Those are your BMFs of BMFs. Bro, the BMF title was passed in 5 seconds into the match, bro. When Topuria walks into the middle of the ring, invites Max Holloway, the BMF champion, to a fight, and Max declines. I was knocked out for the first round, bro. I didn't recover to the second round. Don't ask me what happened in the first round. I could not believe. Then Topuria, right after that, shrugs his shoulders, says, okay, we'll do it your way. And scores the knockout, bro. Yo. Come on, man. The discussion is over. You cannot bring Max. All due respect to Max, I don't want to hear anything if it ain't Topuria fighting for the BMF. If the next match happens, BMF, and Topuria is not a part of it, it's about. It's about you can call it BMF. I would refer to it as a bout. That's what these are. If Usman and Topuria ain't fighting for, these are bouts, bro. People can't be getting knocked out and then ushered out the next time they come out as the BMF champ. Max is great.
You said Usman?
Yep. Max is great.
What does Usman come in with this?
Do your history. That's 10 episodes ago, bro.
Okay.
What's his name is great. Max is great. You cannot usher him out as the BMF champ. After that, you brought up Conor the last time around, and I said to you, it depends on the optics of this fight. That's my only rebuttal was, if this kid puts it on Max, to call him out, walk to the middle of the ring. I done seen Max Holloway talk to commentators who are beating people up, putting people's hands down, showing people how to guard in the middle of the fight. All kinds of stuff. For Max Holloway to know what time it was against this kid, that's the BMF, bro. Bro, this is, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. The last thing I'm going to say. We normally do our end of the year show. Topuria for me, bro. This is fighter of the year. The spoiler alert. This is fighter of the year, knockout of the year, performance of the year. This is all that, bro. Unless Stipe knocked John Jones through the cage, this is it, bro.
No, go on.
All right, so after the spectacular showing, 16-0, Ilia Topuria vanquishing. I mean, this might. I don't know if we'll see Max Holloway at featherweight again. He had to work so hard to get this, but we'll get to Max later. What's next? What do you see next for Ilia Topuria?
Well, they already said the rematch with Alexander Volkanovski.
That's official. I mean, you felt like it was official.
Well, Alex walked into the octagon. Alex was interviewed about it after the fight. He spoke about how it's most likely going to be headlining in Spain. That it's going to be a good chance to be in Madrid. He'd rather be in Australia. I'm like, why is he even making the match when he's not even the champ anymore? But that's crazy. But yeah, to me, that's what's the most like. I said it should have been Lopez, but
you feel strongly about that, or that's just?
I just think for the sake of bringing in new blood into the titleship bout. I mean, I'm not against Alexander getting his rematch, but you said it himself. Once a man gets knocked out, he's different. And
oh yeah, I did say that.
Once a fight gets knocked out, he's different. And Alexander lost to Topuria after his loss to Cashapp was also a knockout. So my thing, I'm trying to imagine, is he going to perform any much better from those two knockouts? And that's what makes me more excited to see Lopez. Lopez coming off of a 5-fight winning streak.
I don't have a problem with Volk getting the nod. I think when you've been great for as long as he has, he wasn't the immediate rematch. They gave it to Max first. Let's put that clear. So it wouldn't even be an immediate rematch.
This guy's time to recover.
Yeah, I mean you could say that. He's been the top 5 pound for pound for almost 2 years, something like that. Undefeated for the longest. I mean, streaking for the longest.
But do you see him doing any different though, Kev?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But see, the UFC is different than boxing. Like in boxing, if a guy got knocked out, 9 times out of 10 there's a tune-up. Or 6 out of 10 there's a tune-up. They don't really do tune-ups like that in the UFC. Everybody's gonna kill it in the UFC.
But we ask you, do you think you should get a tune-up or something before he goes right back in there with the Matador?
I don't know if anything could prepare him for this guy. Listen, I don't think he can beat Topuria. I would give the edge to Topuria, but I think he's most deserving. But look, if Topuria just fought, he should have the longer rest than the other two. Why don't we have Volk and Lopez? I don't see what the issue is. Why they have to be the next person get the title shot? Let them two fight it out.
But then it goes back to the question: what's next for Topuria? That they go right back to the same question.
The winner.
Okay.
The winner.
Okay.
On the flip side of that, man, what's going on with legendary Max Holloway?
There were talks of Poirier calling him out, saying that he would either like to fight Topuria or Holloway. And when I say he, I mean Holloway. He did voice his interest in defending his BMF against Poirier, and I won't be mad at that, bro. I won't be mad, especially if he moves up to 155. I like that.
Yes. The win against Gaethje was at 155, and that was Max's maybe best. But he has a lot of great performances. Maybe I'm recency biased.
Them last 10 seconds. This was them last 10 seconds, bro. That's what
For him to beat Gaethje like that, and Gaethje Gaethje came off the knockout of Poirier, which was a big deal. So to see him like that, a lot of guys, when they get older in their career, they put the weight on, and it's beneficial to him. Maybe we'll see a different Holloway at lightweight. I mean, he's done all he's done at featherweight anyway. I think I would like to see him in Poirier again. The first time they fought, I remember the difference between the two. Max took the fight on short notice. Khabib was out. And to me, the difference between the two guys was, I felt like Poirier's punches were just thudding. Like, for the weight class, you could tell Poirier was the bigger guy. Like, even though Max had the size, he was moving up in weight, and Justin was welcoming him to the division a bit. This time around, maybe he'll be more equipped for Dustin.
Maybe that knockout changed him. Maybe that knockout changed him in a way, like how you like to point out. This can be his first
that would be his first one, right? Yeah, that was a bad. Oh man, that was crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't mind him and Dustin. I don't mind him and lightweight is the division, is the weight class. You got Oliveira, you got the killers up there, but
a lot of BMFers is up there, bro.
A lot of strikers.
He's spoken about the main. Now we go to the co-main.
Co-main event, boy.
This is another historic event. One of the greatest middleweights in the history of the UFC, Whittaker.
And still, is not faded. Still in his prime. Still
one of those guys. But his first time in his career being submitted. And we spoke about this, Kev. Like, it seemed like Robert Whittaker has found himself in a place where he seems like he's like the gatekeeper for the championship bouts. Like, if you beat him, that's like the golden ticket for the championship fight. And beat him, he did, Khamzat. Like, round one.
Violation.
A round one submission. It was a very quick submission. Like, he put him in a crank, but he didn't. The crank was on his neck. It was on his jaw. Dislocated his jaw, and that's what made for the immediate tap out. Kev, what do you think about? What do you thought about the fight? That one round right there, man.
I'm gonna say it like this. Two things. I'm gonna touch it on two things. What was said about Chimaev going in, and I think we probably all felt this way. We didn't know how good he was, especially at middleweight. He fought Kamaru, but Kamaru was kind of a welterweight. He had weight issues. Khamzat himself. The other fights fell through. He fought Holland. There was a whole weight issue with that happened to be at middleweight. The whole thing with Costa fell through. So we kind of didn't know. He always looks impressive, but we wanted to see him fight somebody that had that cachet at the weight class. Robert Whittaker, bro. I'm gonna preference this. Robert Whittaker, when we talk about gatekeepers, he a different kind of gatekeeper.
It's levels.
Levels. But I'm gonna take it a step further with Whittaker. Since Whittaker lost the belt, there's only been two people that's beaten him in the middleweight division. And those guys went on to win championships. Israel Adesanya, who we talk about in the same breath as Anderson Silva as the greatest middleweight of all time. And Duplessis, who is currently the middleweight champion. These are the guys that's beaten Whittaker, the only two since his last title reign, bro. And for Khamzat to come in there and beat him, even as impressive as Izzy's win. Izzy's was amazing, his first win. This was worse than that.
Yeah. This
was worse than that.
Too?
Duplessis really roughed Whittaker up. This was worse than that.
You know what I compare it to? When John Jones went up there and beat Cyril Gane, meaning that he made him look like he was out of his class. Like it made you say like, this is the Whittaker that we've been talking about. Like, yes, this is Robert Whittaker.
You know what it reminds me of? A lot of Cashapp. Remember, Cashapp was undefeated. He didn't really have the ranking, and he didn't have the names on the resume per se. But when they finally put him in there with Oliveira, Oliveira got the treatment like everybody else.
Yep.
And after the fight, Khamzat said he gave Whittaker credit because a lot of these dudes don't want to fight me. He the only one that wanted to fight me. That performance validates it.